Hi everybody, today we're going to put the faces on the cups that we made last time. The faces can either be made with add-on clay, like here, and the nose is here, and the mouth and the eye here, or they can be drawn on, or a combination of both. The eyes and the mouth I drew on here, and I added on the nose, okay? So today we're going to talk about different ways to do that. But before we get started, we need to take our clay out of the bag. What you're going to want to do is lift it up by the bag gently off the plate. You're going to want to open the bag. Instead of trying to yank the cup out of the bag, what we're going to do is we're going to tilt it up gently and wiggle our hand underneath. Okay. And once your palm or your hand is underneath, then you're going to take the bag off the cup instead of trying to pull the cup off the bag, okay, because it'll rip. Then I'm going to help it a little bit, make it look like a cup again, okay. Where we're going to put the face is right here on the front, right across from the handle. The reason for that is when you're drinking out of your cup, you're not going to want to get hit in the nose with the cup's nose, okay? So it works the best to put your face right here, okay? So we're going to start thinking about eyes. Now, remember we already talked about it's very possible to just draw the eyes on with your skewer. As a matter of fact, I am okay if you want to draw the whole face on. I want to add some eyes on just to show you how. The easiest way to make an eye is with a little ball of clay. So I'm going to take a little, about a nickel size of clay. I'm going to roll it in my hand to make a ball. I'm going to flatten that out like that. Okay. And then I'm going to use my skewer and I'm going to put a hole right in the middle, like that. I'm going to flip that eye over and I'm going to score it with my skewer. That just means roughing it up, drawing some little lines in there. And I'm going to add slip in the form of water so that it glues it on. Then, boys and girls, this is kind of important. Where you're going to put that eye, decide where you're going to put it, and you're going to rough that up with a few little lines like that. Okay, and you're going to put a little dot of water on there too. Then I'm going to take my eye, I'm going to put my hand inside the cup to support it, put the eye where I want it, and give a little squeeze. Then I'm going to gently go around the outside with water just to make sure it sticks. It is so important to squeeze it on, not just put it on, but squeeze it on and run your finger or a Q-tip all the way around the outside so it sticks on and it stays on. You don't want it falling off on the kiln, it'll make your face look funny. If you want an eye that looks more like an eye shape, you can take that circle that you made with the hole in the middle and just give a gentle little squeeze on the two sides, and you can see that it starts to turn into an eye shape. And unless I want that to look like my person sleeping, I'll re-put that pupil in the center again. Then I'm going to rough that up just like I did the other one, or score it. I'm going to score where I'm going to put it on the cup. I'm going to add slip or water here and slip or water there. I'm going to put my fingers inside to support the cup and give a little squeeze until it stays on. Then, either with a Q-tip or my finger, I'm going to rub all the way around the outside. Then we're ready to think about the nose. For noses, some people just use a triangle of clay. This is kind of a funny nose. People call it either a pig snout's nose or a button nose. And then there's just the regular coil nose. You take a piece of clay, again about the size of a quarter. You roll it into a small coil, okay? And then I bend it into a nose. That's kind of how that one was made. Okay? Bend it into a nose. And so I have a flat side. Same thing with my triangle nose. I just take a ball of clay and I flatten it kind of into a triangle shape. Okay. And the button nose, you make just like an eye, except that you put 2 holes in the center instead of just 1. The way you put any of these noses on is the same. Okay. I'm going to choose a side to make it flat. Okay. On my button nose, it's already flat on one side. On my coil nose and my triangular nose, I would put both of these on the same way. Okay. On my flat side, I'm going to score it or rough it up, draw little lines. If I was doing the triangle, same thing. On the flat side, score it or rough it up. On my cup, where I'm going to put that nose, I'm going to draw some little lines or score and rough it up. Okay. Then I'm going to add slip or water to the cup, and put my hand inside to support it while I'm doing this. Push that nose on until it stays. What I kind of like about the coil is that you can make it as pointy or as non-pointy as you want. It is kind of important to kind of smooth this into the cup, because if you look at the mirror when you get home, you'll realize that your nose doesn't come, it's not a big bump up here, it kind of blends down and out like that. Okay? Then, just like with the other two, to get your finger wet with water and run it on all sides, either your finger or a Q-tip. All right? Then we're ready to talk about mouths. Okay? Mouths, the easiest one is a coil. Okay? Some people like a heart-shaped mouth. Some people like a surprised mouth. And then some people like to just draw it on. Okay? And with a mouth, it's the same thing. You're going to make a coil by rolling it back and forth. Start with a small piece of clay. For the smile, you just bend it like that into a smile shape. For the heart shape, you bend it in like this and turn it into a little heart. Okay, and for the surprise, you just make it into a circle. Okay? And then you're going to have to press it a little bit so that there's a flat side. Okay. That one feels a little long. I'm going to shorten it up a little bit. Okay, press it so there's a little flat side. Turn it over. Okay, I'm going to score that flat side. I'm going to score approximately where I'm going to put it on the cup. Okay, slip or water on the cup. Slip or water on the piece that you're adding on. Then you just press it on with your hand inside the cup to support it, okay? And then here again, it's really important to, with a Q-tip or water, all the way around, okay? Now if I was doing this before it went in the kiln, I would want to make sure that I had really gone over it with water. One last thing that people like to put on sometimes are ears, okay? Ears are the thing that most often falls off, so you have to really plan it. The way to plan it is take that little ball of clay, flatten it out like you're going to make an eye. Then you're going to want to flatten out a side, okay? So you have a nice flat side. Just bang it on the table gently, okay? And then if you want it, some students like to put a little earring in there, okay? That's perfectly fine. You're going to score it on that flat side. I'm going to score it where I'm going to put it. Wet that side. Wet the piece of clay that I'm adding. Put your hand inside to support it. Press it on. And then with your finger or a Q-tip, wet all sides. I like to double check that the earring side is down, so it would be like it would be on a real person. Some people like the earring side up, and that's fine, okay, too. Then you're going to need to remember to make a second ear, because we have two, most of us. Then I'm going to smooth around this top because that's where your mouth's going to go with some water, gently, carefully. Then I need to think about what kind of handle do I want. This is the traditional handle. This is what Mrs. N calls a D handle. D handle. This is an L handle. This works nicely for maybe dads or somebody that might have a larger hand because the open at the bottom is open. Okay, so it's a stem handle or a D handle. No handle at all is called a slab handle. Okay, no handle at all is called a slab. And Mrs. N's going to cut these for you, but what you need to do is right back on your plate, you're going to write big and fill it in. So if I want the stem handle, I'm going to write an L. I'm going to write a bubble L though, so that Mrs. N doesn't get confused. And I'm going to color it in. For a D handle, I'm going to write a D, a bubble D, and color it in. Okay, so this is the stem handle, or the one that I'm going to write an L for. This is the D handle, or the traditional handle, and I'm going to write a bubble D and color that in. For the slab handle, I'm going to color in a whole rectangle, like that. Then, when your masterpiece is done, you're going to lift it up on your palm again, double check that your name and your teacher letter is on the bottom, put it back on your plate, and then put it over on the cart to dry, and you are done. Thanks.